Mr. Gas. Wait a second, I lost my eyelash. Oh, Mr. Gas, I want you to fill up and get your SUV's top off. Go in and get that high-test gas. I'm Mr. Gas. Don't forget, I represent all the gas stations in America. You gotta have gas because we gotta gas up and go. Nothing like fossil fuel, boy. Dig it up, drink it up. And then here's my spider. Not too hot. This is Mr. Gas. I got this idea from a gas station in North Carolina. And I went into this gas station. There was a picture of Mr. Gas on the outside of the gas station. And there were three ladies that were taking the money and serving coffee in it. I says, I'd like to get a picture of Mr. Gas. I said, who's Mr. Gas? So finally, one of the women discovered that he was on the coffee cup. And so I got the coffee cup. He became the label. See, there's his picture. So I blew it up. And I made this cup.
That's perfect.
He represents. He's one of the commercials on the public shelf, representing all the gas stations of America. You gotta have gas, man. We gotta have refineries. We gotta have oil because without gas, none of us would be getting here. Not even those hybrid cars over there and a hybrid motorcycle. Mr. Gas can tell you, everybody needs gas. Without gas, we just don't go any place. We stay home and we walk, or we take a horse, or we ride on the back of the raccoon. Get it right. Oh, Mr. Gas is going to take a little ride on Mr. Squirrel. Oh, this is great. But I'll tell you, I'd rather have a car because I can't go fast enough. I hate going up trees. I want to go on highways, super highways, multiple interchanges with spaghetti bowls, roads all over the place, up and down and around. Because man, we got to have cars. We got to have big SUV cars. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Roger from the Green Party. He's going to be the narrator. Ladies and gentlemen, let the show begin. Ring the bell. Okay.
The lazy bee. Once upon a time in a beehive, there lived a lazy bee. In other words, she ran from tree to tree, drinking nectar of flowers, and instead of saving it to be turned into honey, she drank it all for herself. She was simply a lazy bee. Each morning as the sun began to warm the air, the little bee appeared at the entrance to the hive, saw that the weather was great, cleaned herself with her feet, like bees do, and she began to fly around happy with a beautiful day. She buzzed happily from flower to flower, returned to the hive, and left again. This is how she spent her days while the rest of the bees worked themselves to death to fill the hive because honey is needed to feed the newborn bees. Since bees are serious beings, they began to dislike the behavior of this lazy sister bee. At the entrance to the hive, there are always guard bees to watch that bugs do not enter. These bees tend to be older with great life experience. One day, they stopped the lazy bee as she entered the hive, saying to her,
Sister Bee, you need to work because all of us work.
The little bee answered,
But I fly around all day. That's work. And I get very tired.
Well, we don't care how tired you are. We expect you to work. This is your first warning.
With that said, they let her enter the hive. But the lazy bee did not correct her lazy ways, and so, the following afternoon, the guard bees said to her,
You must work, Sister Bee.
I will. One of these days, give me a break. Come on, I gotta have a vacation too, you know.
Oh, it's not about one of these days, but tomorrow morning, without fail, remember that, tomorrow morning, this is your last warning.
and they let her enter. The next day at dusk, The same thing happened. Before the guard bees could say a word, the little bee exclaimed,
Yes, sisters, I remember my promise.
It's not a question of remembering your promise, Lazy Bee, but rather that you work. Today, the 19th day of April. Let's see if tomorrow, the 20th, you have some work in you. Okay, go.
They moved to the side and allowed her in. April 20th came and went, just like the others. There was one difference. As the sun set, the weather took a turn for the worst, and a cold wind began to blow. The lazy bee flew quickly toward the hive, thinking about how cozy and warm it would be inside. But as she tried to enter, the guard bees blocked her.
You can't come in.
They said coldly.
Oh, but I want to come in. This is where I live.
Tomorrow,
I promised to work.
This hive is for working bees, not lazy bees.
Tomorrow. I promise tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow for those who do not work.
Said the wise bees as they pushed her out. Not knowing what to do, the little bee flew around a bit. Night was falling and she could barely see. She tried to grasp onto a leaf but fell off. Her body was stiff from the cold air and she could no longer fly. She dragged herself along the ground, going up and down, sticks and small stones, which seemed to her like mountains. She got to the entrance to the hive just as the cold rain began to fall.
Oh, God, it's raining. I'm going to die of cold.
Too late.
Please let me in. Please.
Oh,
Gee, no dice. It's too late. You're out, baby.
she tried to enter the hive, but again they blocked the way.
Please, Sister Bees. I'm tired. I'm cold.
Too late.
Sisters, have pity on me. I'm cold.
Impossible.
I'm sorry.
No, you will not die. You will learn in only one night alone that the work you need to do will earn you the rest you deserve. Go away.
And they pushed her out. Trembling from the cold, she dragged herself along until she rolled into a deep hole which was actually a cave in a tree. She thought she would fall forever. She abruptly landed and found herself facing a green and rust-colored snake that looked ready to eat her. The snake loved bees and will eat them. Finding itself facing an enemy, this bee closed her eyes and murmured,
Goodbye, life. I was never going to see the light of day.
I'm going to eat you up.
No, it's true. I didn't work. It's all my fault.
Well, I'm going to get rid of you right now. Prepare to die.
That's not fair. It's not fair to you eat me just because you are stronger. At least humans know what justice is.
You're stupid. You think humans are more just. They are the ones who take your honey.
That's not why they take the honey.
Oh yeah, then why?
They take it because they're more intelligent than bees.
Whatever. I'm still going to eat you.
You're doing that because you're smart. As smart as I am, but
Oh yeah? Well, okay.
that's right.
Okay, all right, I'll tell you what. Let's see, I'll tell you what, we'll have a game. and whichever can do a better trick. If you win, I won't eat you. But if I win, well, I'm going to eat you. And if you win, you can sleep in the cave.
Okay, that's agreed. I'll do that.
The snake laughed again because he noticed something he could do that the bee could never do. He quickly grabbed a eucalyptus capsule from a nearby tree. Kids make these capsules spin like tops. That's what I'm going to do. Watch carefully. Winding his tail around the top, he spun it off very fast, and the capsule looked like a spinning top, spinning like crazy. The snake laughed, knowing that a bee could never do this.
Zip, I could never do that. I can't spin that eucalyptus top. Well, I will just have to eat you right now.
No, wait. I can do something that no one else can do.
What's that?
I can disappear.
You can disappear without leaving this little cave?
Yes, without hiding underground.
All right, fine then. And if it doesn't work, I'll eat you right away.
Here is what happened. While the top was spinning, the little bee had time to examine the cave. She saw a special plant with leaves the size of coins. She drew near to the plant, taking care not to touch the leaves.
Now it's my turn, Snake. Turn around and count to 3. At 3, turn back and look everywhere for me. I will not be here.
And that's what happened. The snake counted 1, 2, 3, turned around and was flabbergasted. No bee. He looked everywhere. No luck. The bee had disappeared. Then the snake understood that his trick was good, but the bee's trick was extraordinary. What was it? Where was she? There was no way to find her. A faint sound came from behind the leaves.
I'm over here. I'm over here.
She appeared immediately from behind a plant. What happened? Something very simple. The plant observed by this bee is very common to this area, a small mimosa seeding tree. The leaves are close, and upon slight contact, they close, completely hiding the bee. The snake had never noticed this phenomenon, but the bee had. She used it to save her life. The snake said nothing, irritated by his defeat. The bee did not let her enemy forget his promise. It was a long night as the storm raged and the water flowed like a river into the cave. It was very cold and dark, and the bee never thought it would survive this cold, long, horrible night. She remembered her warm, cozy hide and cried silently. The next day the sun came out and the weather was better. The bee flew home to the hive that was built by the efforts of her family. The guard bees let her without saying a word because they understood that this bee was no longer lazy, but a bee who had learned, all in one night, a hard lesson. And that's how it was. From then on, no one collected more pollen and no one made more honey. And when the fall arrived, and with it the end of her days, she still had time before she died to teach a lesson to the young bees that surrounded her. She said,
I will work. I would not have needed to do it if I had worked all the other days. I tired myself out fooling around just as much as I would have done working. What I needed, Sister Bees, was the notion of being socially responsible, and that night I required it. Work, sisters, work, because happiness of all which sustains us is far more important than the fatigue of one little lazy bee. Humans call this the ideal world. There is no other philosophy in life for the family of humans or the family of bees. Bye-bye.
The next dance is also has the African influence in the Latin American music. This is a dance from Puerto Rico and it is called bomba.
Go pretty much the first full-size electric motorcycle. Do over 80 miles an hour just on electric. There's a range of about 60 miles. The bike was actually on Discovery Science and went across the United States, never using any fossil fuel. About 16,000 miles journey. No gas at all. It's fun to ride, it's fast, and it's a pretty unique vehicle. It's all batteries, it's about 120 volts in power. It takes about 3 hours to charge. It has a sidecar with a diesel generator that runs on either vegetable oil or biodiesel, which helps to recharge the bike while you're going, or you can stop it and recharge itself. Also, when we had the big blackout in New York, the bike came in very handy. I was able to power my whole house with the generator. So the bike is pretty versatile. One of the exciting projects I'm doing is on Long Island. We will have the first renewable filling station, which will supply biodiesel fuels, ethanol, hydrogen, CNG, and we'll also have electric for the plug-in vehicles.
It's still
Plug-in,
well, how do you know? You're underneath that.
the different plug-in vehicles.
Yeah?
So that's some of the projects that I'm doing.
Someone wants to contact you, how would they find you?
They can find me on the web, either at vogelbuilt.com, or the phone number is 631-539-9647.
That's great, thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Mary, and I want to tell you about milk paint. Milk paint is paint that is actually made from milk. This particular paint is made from powdered milk protein, lime, and then also different colors for the pigment from the earth. And basically, milk paint is completely non-toxic, and it is what all Americans used prior to the early 1900s. Almost everybody had their own milk paint recipe where they would use milk, lime, and they would use elements from the earth like maybe coal to make black or some red clay earth to make red. And it's very extremely durable paint. It actually gets harder as it ages, and it's completely non-toxic. You could eat it, you could pour it in your garden, you wouldn't have to worry about it contaminating anything. So it's good for the environment, it's good for people, and you know, right now milk paint is making a little comeback, but mostly used by furniture makers. It's very good for, especially good for furniture, cabinets, things like that. So that's it about milk paint.
See, come on, rise up, move in the one drop, yes. Come on, jump, dance and sing, yeah. Move in the one drop and sing along. Come on now.
That's her signature.
We're moving to the hills of Zion. Yeah, come along and sing. When they might be moving, yes. Fire down the street, come, yes. Begging for the sun to shine, yeah. Lord, smile on their face. Is giving thanks to the Lord for this fire day. Bless and be unto solar power. Yes, love life. Oh, Lord, come rain. Oh, peace upon the earth. Oh, so la la. Mama, take this badge off of me. I can't choose it anymore. It's getting dark to see. Feel I'm knocking on Zion's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. He's rushing, come lover. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. Oh yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. Oh, yeah. Mama put Babylon guns in the ground. Tired of seeing so much innocent bloodshed. This so-called black cloud is coming down. Oh yeah, feel I'm knocking on Zion door. Oh no, no. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion's door. Ooh yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on Zion.